Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode as we have 4 games coming up. Leicester in the Premier League, then 2 games against Newcastle in the Champions League semi-final, and in between those semi-final legs we have Leeds United in the Premier League as well, because we are in a precarious situation. We need top 4 football to guarantee us a Champions League place for next season in case we don't win the Champions League this season. If we don't get top 4 football and we don't win the Champions League this season, we will never ever win a Champions League because we gave ourselves 3 years to win the Champions League after we won the Premier League for the first time, and this is the second of those 3 years. So if we don't win it this year and we don't qualify for the Champions League next season, well, we're never going to win it. Right now, we are in a precarious position because we are a long way off the title. We've not been very good in the league this season. It looks like it's going to be all but easily done for Man City, who are 11 points clear of Man United in second. Leicester are also there on 65 points, but they have played one more game than Man United have. They've got a game in hand on Leicester and us, actually, who are on 64 points, a point behind Man United and Leicester. The worry we have, though, is that Tottenham are right behind us with a game in hand on 64 points. Win that, they will go ahead of us in the table. Newcastle are 3 points behind us with a game in hand. Win that, and they'll be right there with us, but we have a better goal difference. Liverpool, though, have slipped up. They had 2 games in hand on us, and they have suddenly, in the past week, bottled that completely. They're now on 33 games played with only 62 points scored. So if we have a look at their schedule, Liverpool's senior squad, they managed to beat Sheffield United 2-1, but then lost 2-1 to Aston Villa midweek. So that's how they've gone behind us. Or not caught up to us, I should say, because they were looking like they were going to catch up to us, but they have not caught up to us. So obviously, all of a sudden, this game against Leicester today is absolutely pivotal. Win it, and we will have that advantage over them with the same amount of games played this season. So we have to go out there and we have to win. We've not played any other games in between episodes, so we're jumping straight into things, and let's just dive straight into this first game of today's episode. Kamara in goal with a backline of Balestra, Felipe, Hoyer and Neto. Legrand is in the CDM spot today because Sal Martinez is injured out for a week and Daniel Tarpe has picked up a suspension for yellow card infringement. So Legrand comes in there today for a rare appearance for him in that sort of position. Alparslan, Paniotto and Daniel Patrick make up the midfield 3 with Nice and Pereira both leading the line. Both well over 30 goals this season. Hopefully they start bagging hat-tricks every single game to get themselves towards even maybe 50 goals this season, and then we'll be laughing all the way to a Champions League victory or something like that. Something tells me that might not actually happen. But still, this game against Leicester is hugely important. We have to win it. For me, this is a must-win game, and the first highlight of the game is hopefully coming towards us. Now, we do have the home crowd advantage here today, but you have seen multiple times in this season it's not always the case. We lost like 5 or 6-1 at home to Man City, but then beat Man United 5-0 away from home. So I don't think you can really count on the home crowd quite so much in this, as somehow Leicester have got that ball through. Clever play from them. They take the lead. Not what we wanted to see. It looked like, from my perspective, that actually one of our players played it through instead. But no, Vasquez did actually get the ball ahead of, who was that? Daniel Patrick, and then got the ball into Ramazani, and then he put it in at the back of the net. Immediately, though, a highlight at the other end of the pitch, though. Hopefully we get a nice early equaliser here as Frank Nice picks up the ball on the edge of the area, cuts inside, is in the area, puts it into Alparslan, but loses possession. And we do win it back through Hoyer, who is working his way down the right-hand side of the pitch. Centrally to Legrand, into Pereira, down to Daniel Patrick, into Neto, into Paniotov. Back on level terms. Good, perfect, brilliant. Okay, early goals nullifying each other there nicely. It keeps us in the table 4th place. Luis Felipe, though, cannot score from that free kick. And there was an offside in there apparently anyway, so probably wouldn't have counted if it had gone in the back of the net. But an exciting start to this game. We just need some more goals in our favour. That's all we need. As the keeper plays it out to Ward, and under pressure here from our strikers. Can we get an early challenge in here? No, the keeper clears it way over the halfway line under the pressure. Decided that was better to get rid of it completely. As Neto into Legrand, into Paniotto, into Daniel Patrick. over to Nice, who wins it. Can he get a ball back across the penalty area? He can. Alparslan to lose it again. You hate to see that. He's not been great, really, has he? At least on highlights. He gets good ratings, but on highlights does seem to give the ball away quite a few times as Daniel Patrick's shot hits the crossbar and goes over. Liverpool are currently winning 1-0. So they go level on points with us, but we have a much superior goal difference. And I think that's 4 teams I've just spotted on 65 points as it stands right now. Or maybe 3 teams. Either way, it's a few teams on 65 points, and I don't like it. The race for Champions League football is tight, and that is a great save there from Leicester's keeper. Oh yeah, look at this. Man United are now, they've just taken the lead in their game, but they were on 65 points briefly. So there were 4 teams on 65 points as it stood. Right now it's 5. Oh, and Newcastle, what are they doing? They're drawing to Tottenham, interestingly. Oh, okay. Well, if they can draw, that's the kindest thing that would happen to us, maybe. That might be the best result outcome if those two can just draw. Especially if we get a win here today. As Alparslan into Balestra, who somehow puts that in the back of a net. I'm not going to ask how that's gone in the back of a net or what the keeper's done to allow it to go in the back of a net. I'm just going to accept it. That is the goal we need. A great interception there from Alparslan. You know, for all the criticisms we give him, that was actually pretty good from him as he gets the assist and the keeper. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm not going to complain about it. And with that happening, it temporarily puts us second in the Premier League table. It just shows how mad this table is right now and how close it is for 2nd to 7th. I mean, Man City way up top. They've won the title already pretty much, haven't they? We're not going to complain too much about that. But if we could come second, that would be lovely as Pereira does not score a goal there. Should have done better, really. A bit more power on that shot. That would have been absolutely perfect, but it wasn't powerful enough. As with 20 minutes to go in this game, we do need to have one eye on the Champions League semi-final. So Daniel Patrick, off you come for Sousa. Pereira is going to come off for... We've got all 3 strikers on the bench, actually. I trust Ramheimer the most, though. And we'll swap him and Nice over as well. And Yilmaz Turk's quite tired as well. Let's bring Asper on too in the midfield, just to try and keep that fresh. 3 changes with 20 minutes to go. A little risky, but it's got to be done with one eye on the Champions League as well. Obviously, we can't win a title, but we desperately need top 4 football, so we cannot relent. We have to go for it every single game now, and it's getting a little bit worrying for me. We had a week off, actually, between Man City and this game, and arrested all of our players for 5 days, and I think that really helped out massively as Pereira just cannot score that before he's taken off the pitch. 15 minutes to go. The game is still finally in the balance as Balestra misses the interception, but Kamara can make a good save from a fairly weak header from the edge of the penalty area. If that had gone in, I think he would have been pretty cross with himself for letting it in. The highlight is continuing, though, as this game has had plenty of them. The ball through to Nice is not very good, but we do maintain possession in the midfield now with Neto back to Hoyer into Legrand, who puts the ball over the top to Vasco, not getting there. Keeper clears it. Only as far as our defence once again, though. And again, we can just put that ball forward. Ramheimer flicks it on to Asper. Asper through to Nice. Nice can't extend our lead. More highlights with 5 minutes to go. I'm getting nervous now. I'm getting really nervous. I just want this game to finish. I just want us to win it. I just want the 3 points. I just want to feel more self-assured and confident in a top 4 position. As Nice can't score. 22 shots we've had today. This is very similar to... Was it the Man City game we had? Or was it the Barcelona? No, the Barcelona second leg, wasn't it? Where we had a stupid amount of shots and yet just could not get many goals in the back of the net or anything like that. We do manage to win this 1-2-1 though against Leicester, and that is crucial. Absolutely crucial in our fight for top 4 football. Where do we finish up then after this mad game week of football? We finish 3rd in the table. So Man City ended up beating Chelsea there, as you can see. Tottenham, by looks of things, just about beat Newcastle. So they go up to 4th in the table on 67 points with a game in hand on us. But crucially, Liverpool and Leicester both played 34 games. They are both now 2 points behind us. Newcastle cannot overtake us. They are 6 points behind us with a game in hand, but they can't come near us. Okay. That looks a lot nicer than it did at the start of the episode. But again, we've now got to flick our attention away from the Premier League because unrelenting stuff now as Bristol City fall into the Championship. Who won the League Cup? Because Man City... they won the EFL Cup, that's why, and they've qualified for the Champions League already. That makes more sense. I was got panicky there saying who's won something to maybe knock us out of something. It's fine. I'm getting a bit too tetchy and itchy. I don't like this at all. We've got 4 days until the Newcastle game, so training, rest, 2 days of rest for all our players, because I doubt we're going to make many changes to the starting lineup for the Newcastle game. Now, I think it is actually quite nice that we are playing away from home against Newcastle first. Like, that makes me feel a lot more comfortable, because I know we spoke about home away bias not being a thing, but I feel like it's more of a thing in the Champions League than it is the Premier League, weirdly. But that might just be something in my head, you know, like a bit of a placebo effect, essentially. But Legrand can't play this game because he's not registered for the Champions League, but we can bring Daniel Tarpe back on the pitch. That's the only change I think we'll make. Submit the team. Let's go. So, kickoff is upon us here at St James's Park. It's a game we know we can win. But will we actually do it on the night? Because Newcastle, I'm going to say, are the underdogs here. And they'll know that, particularly as they win a penalty inside of 3 minutes. Hoyer gives it away. And the VAR gives the penalty. Now, Kamara's got a chance to become a very early hero in this game as Mount. Is it Mason Mount? I don't know. We'll double check this in a second, shall we? Steps up. Scores. It is Mason Mount as well. That's annoying. Man United have also gone 1-0 up against Hoffenheim, 2-0 up against Hoffenheim. So Man United off to a flying start in Germany as it stands right now. And we have had 2 shots to Newcastle's 7. Newcastle are all over us. I'm going to not do instructions. I meant to shout, demand more. Because we need to play better than this right now. So much better as their keeper Van Voort plays it out to the left-hand side of their defence as they slowly start to bring it forward towards halfway. But Paniota with a good interception. Alparslan now with a chance to maybe find a ball into the penalty area. Drives in there instead. Goes down and wins a penalty, which Neto will be taking because Vasco's not on the pitch. Neto is the man who takes penalties normally. He never misses them. I've never seen him miss a penalty. I've never ever seen him miss a penalty. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Whew. Only his second goal of the season, which suggests actually he may have only taken 1 penalty at most this season, because I've never seen him miss one. But when we have had penalties in recent episodes, Vasco Sousa has been on the pitch and he's actually a better taker than Neto. So I think he defaults to number 1 because he is the best taker, but Neto's number 2 best taker, which is a bit of a weird one for a right back. But at half time, we are at 1-1. And that's a nice position to be in. I would take a draw from this game completely as well. Man United 3 up against Hoffenheim. It's looking very likely they are going to find themselves in a Champions League final. Hoyer might not find himself in a Champions League final if this injury proves to be quite a big one. Nopodom, we're going to bring you on at the back here to keep things going for us. Hopefully not a bad injury for Hoyer, because that would be quite poor. He is our second best centre-back behind Luis Felipe. But there's not much going on in this second half. And that's fine by me. Absolutely fine by me, as I think everyone was offside there from that free kick, but Kamara does make the save nonetheless, which is quite handy. We are going to make some changes because Pereira playing poorly. We'll have a word with him after this game, I think, actually. And we'll bring Ramheimer on as the false 9. And then Daniel Patrick in a poor game as well. Let's bring Asper on that right-hand side of the attackers. Nice puts that one just over the bar as we click confirm on the tactics. Excellent stuff. 15 to go in this game. Like again, look at the match stats. Newcastle have been much, much better than us here today at home. I do think the home advantage plays a massive part in Champions League football as opposed to the Premier League. And this maybe confirms that a little bit. But again, I could be just spouting absolute nonsense to you. So let me know what you think in the comment section about the home-away bias. We have come away with a 1-1 draw, though. And that's fine by me. Absolutely fine by me. I'll thrash my arms and say I'm not happy with them. But it's fine by me. Much better than losing. Much better than losing. Hoyer out for 8 to 10 days, so not a bad injury, but we'll miss both of the games in today's episode still to come. We've got Leeds in 3 days, so again, training, rest 2 days, please. Let's keep them calm. Ramheimer also out for 8 to 10 days. Okay, let's give him a rest out there. I say give him a rest. We can't do anything else than give him a rest. He's not going to play for the rest of today's episode either, which is slightly concerning. Also, want to have a quick word with Pereira. His form, 6-3, 6-7. Let's just criticise his last game. We can't go his recent form because actually he has scored goals recently. But if we go to discuss and warm player, criticise last game, you squandered a lot of chances. Fair enough, I'll do better next time. Okay, hopefully that's going to work out and he'll bag a ton of goals against Leeds and Newcastle. And here is the Leeds game. They're down in 14th right now. Win it, and we are hopefully laughing our way to the Champions League. But there's so much to play for in the remaining 4 games this season. We can ignore Man City. They've won the title, but they are playing Man United. And if Man United win, and we will be 9 points behind them with 3 games to go. No, there's no chance. Stop thinking about it, Tom. It's not going to happen. Liverpool play Newcastle, though. That's really big. Who are Tottenham playing? If I can see Tottenham on... They're playing Leicester. Oh, so everyone in the top 7 are playing against each other apart from us. This is huge for us. A few changes to make, though. Hoyer is injured, obviously, so we'll bring him off the pitch for Noppadom. Tarpe suspended, so let's bring... Where is he? Stan Legrand back on the pitch. Sam Martinez onto the bench. Ramheimer tired. Let's just get Garda back on the bench instead. We've got strikers down there at the bottom, so that's fine. Submit the team. Let's get this game going. Right. I'll be looking at the latest scores with great interest in this game. Let's get the league table back up here as well. Excellent stuff. Okay, things could go very, very well for us today. Very, very well indeed. I mean, they could also go horribly wrong as well. Horribly wrong is also an option, but let's not think about that scenario. First highlight of the game, 21 minutes into it, and it is hopefully in our favour as the ball to Daniel Patrick is good, and he absolutely smacks that into the... That could be goal of the season. That could be goal of the season. You are not going to see a better volley than that for a long time. And Alparslan, I mean, what a ball. And then just that first time, both feet off the ground. Oh my word. Daniel Patrick, take a bow. You have temporarily put us into second place in the Premier League table. We just need Man City to lose this game and then 3 games in a row and we could win the title. Although their goal difference is absolutely monumental. Did not spot their plus 69 goal difference. Basically, they need to lose every game like 5-0. We need to win every game 5-0. It's not on. We're not winning the title. There is no way Man City will probably end up beating United today and win that title. But top 4 is our priority. Top 4 is the priority. We've won 2 Premier League titles anyway. A 3 in a row would have been nice, but Man City just have been head and shoulders the best team by a long, long way this season. Whew, as Leeds come close to scoring. And there is one more highlight, hopefully just one more before half-time here. Hopefully in our favour as Alparslan on the ball gets it into Paniotov, into Pereira, who gets challenged at the last second there. Pinto then collects the ball. And is that the highlight? It is. Okay, well, get us to half-time or not. 40 seconds to go in this half. If we concede now, that would be bad, as Leicester have just gone 1-0 up, and so have Man United. I'm getting these notifications behind my head right now as we do lose possession. And if Leeds score... Right, that's never a penalty. That is never a penalty. Because Paniotov took the player down, but also got the ball comfortably. If they give a penalty here, I'll be fuming. No penalty, thank you. Thank you very much, VAR. Okay, let's get it the second half then, and let's win this game. Let's win this game. As it stands right now, yeah, United are beating Man City. Leicester are beating Tottenham, which is good for us. As Meza puts the ball into the middle, and that's cleared over the bar. Okay, good. Or headed over the bar, I should say. Tottenham have pulled one back, I should just say as well. I've just spotted that one too. But it'd be ideal if Tottenham do lose, because they have that game in hand on us, don't they? If they lose it, I don't think they can go ahead of us if they win their game in hand. As Pereira puts it over the bar, but I think was offside anyway. Liverpool, Newcastle also drawing. So, I mean, draws for those teams are not bad results for us at all. That's very handy. We will gain 2 points on all of them if that's the case. And, you know, I'd happily take that all day, every day, pretty much. But with Pereira putting the ball over to Nice, we need a second goal in this game. These games are making me very nervy. There's only one goal in them all. One goal in them all, and I don't like it. Can we not just comfortably win games 5-0 again, please? I'd love for that to happen, but it's just not working out for us right now as Nice can't do it. 20 minutes to go in this game. Tottenham are now beating Leicester 2-1, I've just spotted as well, and that is not good for us, as that one goes over the bar by Leeds there. So if I just pause temporarily, yeah, the Tottenham win will put them level on points with us with a game in hand. But crucially, if all results stay as they are right now, we would be 4 points clear of Liverpool with the same amount of games played, which is quite nice. We'll also make some changes. Nice is looking tired, so let's bring Seaman onto the pitch. And then Leicester are playing quite poorly. Let's bring Dest on as well. And Nopadon on a 6-4. Let's just shore up that back line a little bit, shall we? Shore it up a little bit for the remaining 15 minutes of this game. There is a highlight before the subs have been made, though. I'm not quite sure if this is a highlight for substitutes or a highlight for a goal. Hopefully a goal. But Pereira took the shot, so of course it wasn't going to be a goal. As the clock ticks down, Leeds, by the way, I've just seen the match stats, have outclassed us here today in terms of number of shots and shots on target. But we saw the game out nicely. Leeds 0, Wrexham 1. It's a big, big, big result. And in the end, Tottenham do win, so they're on 70 points. Liverpool lost to Newcastle, which puts them 5 points behind us, which is a bit nicer as well, actually. Newcastle, though, could win their game in hand and go 3 points behind us, though. So that's a little worrying. But we still have to play both Tottenham and Newcastle this season. So nothing's decided yet. Also, Alparsa now wants to talk about a new contract. Paniotov, can you sort this one out for me, please? One, because it's right at the end of the season, and I don't want to have to focus on this right now. But we can't afford to give you one right now. He's cross about that. I'm not going to back down here. He's wary, disappointed with me, but like if we just, you know, pretend to give him a new contract, for example, 190 grand a week, the highest earner by a long way. No, we wouldn't be actually, would he? Kamara's the highest earner, but he's not. He's not worth it. He's not worth that, in my opinion, compared to other players in the team. So that's why I'm reluctant to give him one. Also, training and rest for 2 days. So, the final game in today's episode coming up. We're taking on Newcastle in the Champions League semi-final as Balestra wins goal of the month, which he did score a good goal, but I must say, I do think the goal we saw in that previous game from Daniel Patrick was much better. What are we going to do about our strikers, though? Because they just can't score goals at the moment, can they? They just cannot score goals right now. Changes to be made. We'll get Stanley Grand off for Daniel Tarpe. Sam Martinez comes off for a slightly injured Randy Ramheimer to come onto the bench. Nice reports form. See, he's not scoring. Let's warm player, criticise recent form, and say, don't worry about not scoring for a while. They'll come. And it's putting a lot of pressure on his shoulders, he says. Oh, God. That's backfired for Frank Nice. So, kickoff is upon us here today. 90 minutes to find out if we're going to get to a Champions League final or not. We have to win. We've got the home advantage, which I think does play a role in the Champions League, but we've got it. And the first highlight of the game is coming towards us in the 34th minute with Daniel Patrick turning and twisting on the edge of the penalty area, eventually worked out wide to Neto, who can deliver a ball back into Daniel Patrick, who puts it across the 6-yard area into Frank Nice, and the man who has not scored a goal for so long got really upset and pressurised when we told him, don't worry, goals will come back to you at some point. He looked like he had some really bad body language, and yet he's come here and started scoring goals. Also, I think my voice is starting to go a little bit now. I'm getting too excited talking in today's episode. So let's try and get through this game quickly. But we have the advantage. We had the advantage. To be fair, this is a thumping header. Like, look at that guy rising like a salmon, ran from the edge of the area. That's a beautiful, beautiful corner to score, to be fair. So, fair play to Newcastle. They've got themselves back in this just before half-time, but the two highlights so far in this game have resulted in 2 goals. 45 minutes to go until we find out if we're in the final or in extra time, potentially. That could be also an option, extra time. We have a corner, though. Panayotov in the middle, Felipe off the crossbar. Agonisingly close there, but we have got another highlight potentially in our favour right now as Daniel Patrick finds the goal scorer Nice into Balestra. Balestra down to the goal line, puts it into Nice, who gets his shot away, but it was blocked and it is out for a corner. But I think the highlight was probably for that original shot from Nice there as the corner is swung in and put over the bar by Luis Felipe. Let's shout encourage. Let's shout encourage out there. Patrick and Alparslan both looking tired. They are both candidates to come off the pitch in a moment's time, I think, and I might actually take them both off in a second as Nopadom on the ball. Into Daniel Patrick, through to Alparslan, who hits the post. Second time of asking, his shot is saved. Oh, it's agonising. How many great chances have we had today? A shot on target there from Luis Felipe, saved by Van Voort, the keeper. I think we make the early changes here. I say early. It's not that early. Yilmaz Turk's going to come off for Jez Finley. We'll leave Patrick and Panayotov on right now. They are the 2 best players on the pitch right now for us, other than Frank Nice, the goal scorer. But I am tempted to take them off in a moment. Man United 1-0 up, 4-0 up on aggregate, so United are through to the final pretty much. We're going to shout, demand, encourage, or whatever I shouted. We're going to get a bit more attacking. This game is flying by completely. And are we forced to go to extra time here? I can't believe how quick this game has gone by. But there's a 90th minute highlight, which Frank Nice will give to Pereira, who has scored the goal in the 91st minute. It was a great challenge there from the Newcastle defender to stop Frank Nice coming forward, but it just played the ball into the path of Pedro Pereira. Oh, and he had the chance. First time shot. Got there before Van Voort, the keeper. Just got it past him. Van Voort actually like he went in with 2 feet, to be fair. Lucky not to be sent off. But we've done it. In what was one of the quickest games we've played in an episode for a long, long time. That was rapid. Like 4 or 5 highlights in that entire game. It doesn't matter. We did it. 92nd minute winner. We're going to the final. We're going to the Champions League final and we're taking on Manchester United. But remember, we took on Manchester United earlier on this season and won 5-0. They're going to want revenge. Also, because of our precarious league position as well, I think we come back tomorrow for Everton, Newcastle and Tottenham. And we play the final 3 league games of the season to work out if we actually are going to get top 4 football at all. Because that is still very important to us because we might end up losing to Manchester United in the final. And then on Thursday, is it? We'll do Manchester United. But we'll do it as a YouTube premiere. So we all come together to watch it at the same time at 8 o'clock when it comes out. There'll be a live chat down the side of the screen and we'll find out if we can beat Manchester United to win the Champions League. Oh, so what a time to be alive. So much to play for in the last few games of the season. So much that could go wrong as well. I'm a bit scared about that one if I'm honest with you. But we'll work it all out when we get there. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a good one. Goodbye.